1, 2, 3, showtime. So she's not a lesbian, or she is a lesbian?
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay. Well,
She
great way to
does
start.
not.
If your church is got a cash app, there it is.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, showtime. Or have a choice, and your mindset is part luck.
Really? Everybody ain't got Canada blues, man.
One, two, three, showtime. One, two, three, showtime.
What up, people? What up? What up? What up? Thank you for tuning in to one of the greatest show on the planet. That's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast, where we filter out that bullshit. And I like to thank everybody else that comes through and shows their love. Okay, no worries. You know what I mean. So, with that being said, we have a floozy today. No special guest today. Biz is running a little late, so until now, you guys gonna be rocking with your boy. You know what I mean? So, the show for today is who is shaking the motherfucking jar? Who is shaking the jar? Meaning, we're gonna show a clip that actually goes into and elaborates about what we mean by that. You know what I mean? Because I think it goes back to a lot of what other people have out there, and that's, monkey see, monkey do, or who's rocking the boat, who is stirring the pot. So, and if you know what that analogy means, then you should be dialed to write in when it comes to some to the topic of tonight. It's been a crazy week. It is currently thundering outside in Las Vegas. I don't know what's going on. If you guys got weird weather out there too, let me know. You know what I mean? Because it's warm and it's raining and thundering. And it seems like it only wants to thunder at night. I don't know what that's about or what's going on, but it is weird to me. Weird. Now, it's been a crazy week. Thank God it's Friday. Yeah, big ups, you know what I mean? Friday out there. Hope everybody is being safe. And if you're not tuning in with us, I hope you guys are out there having fun. But you got to be careful because monkeypox is uprising. And from what I hear, it is not a fun thing. It is one of those things where it's just like, I guess it hurts. And anybody that's in my age bracket or older should know about chickenpox. Remember they had chickenpox? And I think it's kind of like chickenpox, but on a scale of being a little bit worse. Because chickenpox, I remember it being a little bit itchy, a little bit painful. But we all got our vaccines, and you got that chickenpox vaccine, and everybody was able to. You had to take the oatmeal baths and rub the mineral oil all over you, and you couldn't. It was contagious. So I think this is another form of that. I can't be certain, but if anybody remembers chickenpox, come on, monkeypox is just. I think it's just like that. It's just and everybody thinks it derives from monkeys. It didn't. I don't know why the fuck they call it monkeypox, but it actually derived from rodents and different that. And to give you a little bit on it, it is a zoonotic disease, meaning it transferred from an animal to humans and now can spread between humans and back to an animal again. That's what zoonotic disease is. You know, your boy Notice is going to know the information for you. So, like I said, thank you everybody for tuning in to the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast, where we filter out that bull. And if you haven't already, check out the hat, check out the fly. You know what I mean? Make sure you go and get that merch. Yeah. So, I want to make sure everybody out there is having a good Friday. It is the weekend. You know what I mean? So, with that being said, we have a few videos for tonight where we're going to elaborate and we're going to get into those things. And we're also going to get into some of you thought pockets that's out there. Oh, knock, knock.
Gang, gang.
Biz who?
Gang, gang.
30 hard.
Hey man, you know, I mean, definitely. I was listening to what you were. Check. Y'all can hear me? Can you hear me?
Yeah, you got
you hear me?
Yeah.
So I definitely was checking out and listening to what you were saying after I had, go do my little run, get all my goodies. You know what I mean? I definitely had to. I was experimenting, but it's only been people. It's so early. We just now in people, and yes, tonight I want to talk about. Me and Notice was expounding, and I told him like, well, we should talk about the whole big thing, like why everything's shaking or who's shaking the jar, right? We saw there was a video we're about to play, and Notice was like, well, this video is really about political shit, and I'm like, well, no, you're right, but I kind of took it past that from political value to look at how black men or other races of people, let's just not make it targeted that way, just other race of people may not conclude or get along with each other. So it's always some divisive chain, right? It's either hot and cold, somebody over here don't like somebody over there, right? And who's shaking the jar? You get what I mean? Bloods and Crips still getting at it. Like, who's shaking? Who's keeping this confusion going? So, that was like my whole premise. People, thank y'all so much for tuning in. It's the Gas Mask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. Gang. Hey, man, I see everybody tuning in, man. Look, all the Twitch family, I want y'all to know we actually have a new, is that it? Our new page on Facebook, Gas Mask Tribe on Facebook. Y'all can go check that out. Y'all can watch the show from there. Also, we got all the other people tuning in from the other social networks. I have to turn on TikTok. I was, TikTok fans. They were like, "Bro, we got to see what's going on the podcast." So I'm gonna give them a little taste of what's going on. You know what I mean? Give them a
that like they drop it in my DMs like, yo, how can we? I'm like, I'm sending them a link. I'm like, yo,
I know.
Like, want to watch it. I'm like, but unfortunately, it's got to be done through OBS and all this other crazy crap. So,
right.
Hey, did you ever have chicken pox?
You know what? I believe I had them when I was little until I took the little vaccine shit, and then I've never had them.
Because it was standardized. You had to have your fucking chickenpox vaccine before you went to school.
Right.
So it was one of those things like, and our parents were like, little motherfuckers, you're going to school. Like you're going to shit. Yeah, like we're not playing no games. Look, I don't care if you our parents was never against vaccines.
No, they weren't.
I know my family was. Because they didn't give a shit. They were all about government. We were government babies anyway.
Yeah. Cracked out all that. You know what I mean? Had all the pills. Nigga, I took all the pills, man. I had all the fucking pills. You know what I mean?
I did. I did too. Like I was so conformed. I went to the military and did it twice.
People, thank y'all for tuning in, man. We're about to get into the show tonight, man. It's gonna be a very, very great night. Notice the man, he always like comes through. I'm like, bro, can you upload the photos and the videos? He's like, nigga, I got you. Don't worry about that shit, nigga. I got this. And as he said earlier, y'all can see the merch. Y'all see the new merch. Yeah. And it's definitely going down. So y'all make sure y'all go check out that merch. But let's get into our first video, people. It's literally live. People, if you're tuning in from Twitch, I would like to tell you guys to come over to YouTube where you can see the show live. It's going live where we're expanding on different videos. If you're on my TikTok, I'm taking the videos that I've expounded on and put them on the show. So people come over there. You know what I mean? But anyway, check this out. So people, let's get it right into it. Gang, 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 Gas Mask Tribe.
If you collect 100 red ants and 100 black ants and put them in a jar, nothing will happen. But if you shake the jar, the ants will start killing each other. The reds believe the black is the enemy, and the black believe the red is the enemy, when in reality, the one who shook the jar is the enemy. The same is true in society. Men versus women, left versus right, rich versus poor, science versus religion, gossip, rumors, etc. Before you fight with each other, you must ask yourself, who is shaking the jar?
So, people, that started out tonight.
Fucking jar. Every time I hear him say who's shaking the jar, I think of my mama. Who in the goddamn kitchen? Who in the kitchen?
You know, it's definitely like a great thing to expound off of, from like understanding, because I get this is a political thing, and you know he's kind of talking, you know, I get the whole political factor of it, but what I'm saying is how people just don't get along, period, right? And it's always that divisiveness of someone always trying to mix up this fucking pie. So it's like, who is shaking the jar? Why we all can't just fucking get along? Why we all can't just sit in the room, LGBTQIA, have a conversation with the religious folks, right? Without anyone tearing each other apart or trying to kill each other. You get what I mean? So, yeah. But somebody's always shaking the jar because there's some political dollar to make off of any of this shit, right? So it's just, you know, you let me know. I mean, I'm, you know.
See, this is the thing. And now I'm a realist at the same time. And I believe no matter what, unless as a society we come faced up against some bullshit, like hypothetically speaking, and I'm not this kind of like alien conspiracy thing theorist or something, like we saw COVID, right, affect the world. COVID affected the world, right? But still, everybody was still at odds. Everybody was like, oh, don't touch me. Everybody was about themselves. So that let me know that collectively we still are not there. So what my daughter asked me, so what is it going to take for everybody to just get along? I said, when humanity is faced with a crisis, not black or white, not rich or poor, when humanity is faced with a crisis, hypothetically speaking, if there was an alien invasion and they were like, yo, we're about to wipe your planet out, fuck all you guys, and we're going to take over, that's when humanity will come back. That's when humanity come together. It's because it's not going to be about money and this and that. It's going to be more about like, yo, we need to come together and figure this out. And the smartest brains and the dumbest brains, the weakest idea, the smallest idea. And that's what I believe is going to take. Me personally, I could be fucking wrong. I would like for somebody, and I would love to elaborate and debate on that shit. You know what I mean? But that's what I believe. But ultimately, when humanity is faced with a crisis where it is jeopardized.
It's crazy. So people, I mean, you've heard it from, you know, both, man. We here to filter it out. Gang, gang, gang. Gas Mask Tribe. And, you know, that's the whole tonight is about. Tonight is about who is shaking the jar. We're going to play a couple more videos tonight. But, you know, this is going to make and break a lot of people tonight. Because after you see this video, you know, I mean, people, I see y'all tuning in, man. I see all the likes. I see there's already like almost 300 likes on Instagram. I mean, on TikTok. People, come over to YouTube. Come over to YouTube. I'm trying to go live with you. Notice on TikTok right now.
Oh, let me see.
I'm inviting you.
Oh, there we go. Yeah. I got you. Hold on.
We on TikTok. You got me on TikTok. Oh.
I got you.
My guy.
Chill.
You see me? Yeah, gang, gang, gang. What up, Foley?
What up, though? You know what I mean?
So definitely, look. Now we in. So we good, people. And while we gonna let you guys on TikTok, you guys just see the back scenes. You guys just see what's going over. They're telling me to swipe over for the comments. What's Nigga, I ain't about to answer what's I follow back, what's 9 plus 10. Nigga, I ain't about to 9 plus 10 you, nigga. You know that's
19.
19.
You need to know.
I thought they would know they asking a dumbass question like that. Hey, people, look. I am not the celebrity nigga. Look, I am not the dude to be like, hey, yo, check this out. I'm gonna be nice to everybody. I'm not that dude. Like, I will talk shit if shit is need to be talked to. Like, facts. I would talk shit to your ass. You know what I mean? And so, but definitely, people. Let's get into the next one. Next video is about this lady literally filters out the bullshit with women. Literally, she filtered out the bullshit. She said most women do talk about themselves cheating and have no remorse for the men that they're cheating on.
What?
Yep. Gang, gang, gang. Gas Mask Driver TV podcast where we filter out that bull.
But I've seen so many more women cheat. And being a woman myself, I get to be an insider to the things that women talk about. And yes, they will admit to one another that they cheat, but you will never hear an ounce of remorse. They always victimize themselves. What they'll say is, instead of saying, you know what, I cheated, it was wrong, it was dishonest of me, it was betrayal, and I'll never do it again, what you will hear is, well, I cheated because I had to. He wasn't giving me what I needed and what I deserved as a woman. And all the other women will, jump right in and, be victims and victimize her, saying, oh, you poor thing. He should have treated you better. You take care of his kids and you do this and you do that. And he should have appreciated you more and you wouldn't have had to go screw another man. But it's really quite scary how they do that. But they're never remorseful, and they always
Gang, I don't know. What you think, man?
You know what? I'm gonna be honest.
Let's play it again. You want to play the video again? I can play the video again.
Play one more time, because I wouldn't even fucking listen. I'm sitting there reading the fucking comments and shit.
But I've seen so many more women cheat. And being a woman myself, I get to be an insider to the things that women talk about. And yes, they will admit to one another that they cheat, but you will never hear an ounce of remorse. They always victimize themselves. What they'll say is, instead of saying, you know what, I cheated, it was wrong, it was dishonest of me, it was betrayal, and I'll never do it again, what you will hear is, well, I cheated because I had to. He wasn't giving me what I needed and what I deserved as a woman. And all the other women will, jump right in and, be victims and victimize her, saying, oh, you poor thing. He should have treated you better. You take care of his kids and you do this and you do that. And he should have appreciated you more and you wouldn't have had to go screw another man. But
you know what? I'm going to be honest. I'm going to be perfectly honest. She's right to an extent. But this is what I was talking about the other day. Remember when I was talking about the other day when I was like, men are more emotionally tied to each other than they are. Men are more emotionally tied to each other and just sexually attracted to women. They're not emotionally tied to women. And
I saw that shit. I saw that shit that you were saying. Old boy said the same shit. How men are emotionally. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's bullshit. That's fucking bullshit. How could you ever fucking say that men are emotional to other men, but just sexual to women? That don't make any sense. When these dudes would lose their lives over fucking women, they would kill a man in a second. Most men would kill a man in a second over a woman. Most men. It has nothing to do with brotherhood, solitude, solidarity, right? It has nothing to do
That's
with
an
brotherhood.
emotional tie.
No, 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 no,
Loyalty is an emotion.
bro. We talking about different types of loyalty, right? And if you picking my loyalty for my queen who I have in the house, who's literally I'm protecting. Wait, I'm protecting under my blazer, right? But when I go out here, I need an army to fight, right? Wait. I need an army to fight with, right? So you telling me that I'm more willing to lose my army over my family because I have a more emotional tie to the
No,
army?
that's not what I'm saying. Nope. I'm saying you're
No, no,
willing
no,
to
no. You said the opposite. I'm willing to lose my family over my army, right?
Bishop. Yeah, you're willing to look on chess. It's simple. I mean, look at chess. It's the same fucking game. Anybody that takes your
You
bitch,
said okay.
anybody that
Let me
takes
say
your
it.
bitch, your queen in the game, you're pretty much done. But you can sacrifice your bishop because you normally get two. You get one on your right, you get one on your left. Same thing with the knight. The knight, you get two, one on your left, one on your right, but you only get one bitch. You only get one solid bitch. So the thing about it is, this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying.
But
Women have
not
Women don't have those type of ties with it. They don't give a
no,
fuck.
no,
So
they do. I saw this shit. Look. I'm sorry. I saw that post that old boy posted up about that shit, right? And he was a little, he was a little fag bag, but it's all right though. You know what I mean? He was a little LGBT that he was, you know what I mean? So he was biased in a way, right? To say that a man having right, but to say that a man having emotional attachment because that's a little bit more intimate. That's like, you know what I mean? Like I don't have no emotional, you know what I mean? Like I don't have no emotional attachment to, you know what I mean, a man like that to where like it's considered a love factor. You get what I mean? That's like
you do.
I could no, I don't. Like,
yes, you do. Nigga, you ain't got love
bro,
for me.
bro. Are you saying, look, I'll take a bullet for you, right? I'll take a bullet for you. Check. But I am not gonna fucking if there was to come to the case where my wife was like, you either tell me or blase, right? Either tell me or tell me what you did, what you and Notice did, or blase, or whoop. You mean to tell me I'm not no, period. No. It's a treasure chest. She's gonna spend her whole rest of her life trying to figure it out.
Just keep it.
Facts.
Let me tell you like this.
Has shit to do with emotions. This is just period.
Me and you decided to go pull a lick, my guy. Right? We go pull a lick, and I get caught, and you did. Right? They told me to snitch. I wouldn't snitch you. I'm not snitching.
Hey, we both going down together. Fuck it.
No, I'm not gonna snitch. I ain't snitching. I'm not gonna do that. I'm not gonna do that. Me personally, I'm not gonna do that. For what? What the fuck I do this for? What's the point of us?
Exactly.
Now, if you put me in a position to where I had to be there, not even have to be there, but you put me in a position where it made it to where it was like, yo, my nigga, help me out, blah, 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 this and that. I'm like, yo, I'm not down with this shit. You like, please, my nigga, please. And nigga, we end up getting caught. Then I was saying, but if we come up with the plan together, no. We come together, that's two masterminds trying to do it, and we both get caught. I'm not gonna censure you. But if you come with me on some bullshit, I'm like, yo, you impede on my life on some dumb shit, then yeah, I would do that. I would be like, you know what? I'm not sitting down for you, my guy. Period.
Right, but then now that's just me being stupid, right? That's just me being stupid, very fucking careless, and not giving a damn, just throwing anybody's fucking shit in there, right? So he deserved to get what he fucking right.
It depends on for me. It regardless.
But you don't fuck with. But check. Hold on. You don't fuck with niggas. No, let me correct you on this. You don't fuck with niggas like that would do some shit like that. You get what I mean?
You know I don't fuck with niggas. I don't.
So that's what I'm saying. Right. So that's whatever.
No, because you know me. I'm like I nigga take your whole fucking head off. Get me with some fucking dumb shit.
For real. So thank y'all for tuning in, man. We really appreciate y'all, man. Twitch family and TikTok family. I'd like to thank y'all. We're gonna be out though, but y'all come over to YouTube to watch the show Gas Mask Tribe on YouTube. Gang. We out. So I'm definitely with understanding our brotherhood. But what I just don't agree with is the quote unquote emotional attachment. And then the person who is coming from is like, well, you obviously don't know about real manhood, because real manhood is kind of like a little alpha male-ish in a way. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's very like
Let's talk about
we feed off each other's success.
let's
So,
talk about an emotional standpoint. Let's be realistic here. Let's not talk about you and I. Let's talk about most niggas, right? Because most niggas really, really will not snitch on they guy and they would cheat on their girl in a heartbeat. Why is that? That's the question. Why is that? Is it because of loyalty? Fine.
it's just like female. No, bro, you saw the video. You heard the video. Females will females will no wait. Females, the chick just filtered it out for us. Females, niggas don't do that. Females would literally tell each other, yeah, I cheated on him, blase, verbatimly out the door.
Yeah.
Why aren't why isn't that the epidemic? Are you willing to snitch on your girls or just work it out with your man? You know what I mean? Like, what I mean? If the host,
even though women just they're more sneaker than men. Men of the same dude you hanging with will fuck your fucking wife. So that shit don't mean nothing to me.
No.
That you blessed with.
Nah, I say it depends on the dude. If you a type of nigga to have a person around you that will fuck your wife, that let you know you will be the nigga that will fuck his wife. Because like only attracts like.
Not all the time. No, that's not true. That's
like only attracts like, my nigga.
Nah, that's not true, Vince. So, because there be niggas that would never.
Have you heard?
Fucking man.
Have you heard of the saying? No. But have you heard of the saying? Have you heard of the saying that if you show me 5 of your friends, I can show you your future? So like if I can see the personality of the 5 motherfuckers you really hang out with kind of on the normal day, you could tell what type of person that is. Also,
that's like birds of a feather flock together. I get it. But that's not always true. Doesn't mean that those same birds are going to have the same characteristics all the way through. They might still have
they have a little bit of Have you heard of the saying that when you talk to a person
that would fuck another nigga wife, and I just wouldn't do it? That me, I wouldn't.
No, but you wouldn't be friends with a nigga who will fuck another nigga's wife.
Huh?
That's what I'm saying. You wouldn't be cool with another nigga who would be fucking another nigga's wife. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
It depends on our relationship.
I couldn't. If I know you will fuck another nigga's wife,
you know,
what the fuck I look like Brinket?
Another nigga's wife. What are you talking about?
Unless they're not together, my nigga. Unless they're not together.
Look, I have fucked another nigga's wife. Now, not my friend, but another nigga's. So I don't understand that. Like, you know what I mean? No. Yeah, I see what you did, nigga. See, he tried to be Click with this shit, right?
I see you. People, thank y'all for tuning. Y'all saw what he did, though, right? Gang. Let's get to our next video. Shit.
That was arrested in Russia for possessing 7 grams of weed. She admitted it was hers, but said she didn't know how it got there. Since then, she's written letters to politicians, family members, supporters, and even Joe Biden, begging for some kind of diplomacy and assistance with being released. To no avail, of course. Brittany Griner remains in a Russian jail where she's been for the past 8 months.
Hold the fucking phones. I don't believe, and I don't think he's right about President Trump ordering fucking
he did
with Lil Wayne.
He did. You see the video? He has video of it and pictures.
Fuck, I'm gonna Google that. Even Kodak Black. I don't think he pardoned Kodak Black. only
He did.
known that I know that he did was ASAP Rocky. That was the only person I know that he actually pardoned. I heard that he was going to pardon Kodak Black, but he wasn't. I don't even think he was in presidency when Kodak Black was in. He might have been. I'm not sure, but I don't even think he was in presidency when Kodak Black was in jail. It was 3 years ago, but yeah, I mean, could have been. I don't think. And as far as pardoning Lil Wayne, absolutely not. Absolutely fucking not. Absolutely not.
He sure did.
You reading it right now?
Yep.
Anyway, okay, I'll do more research on it. I could be wrong. That's crazy. That's crazy. But still, nevertheless, I think UK brought up a good thing. Let me go ahead and put that out there. He said, "I'd rather be called a cheater than a snitch." Yeah, I'd rather be called a cheater than a snitch. And I think there's two types of snitches, right? I'm not the type of nigga that would get involved in like the dope game and shit like that and go snitch on the blood. That's not me. I'm not that type of snitch. I'm the type of snitch like, nigga, if you put me in some shit where I don't want to be in and you brought it to my doorstep, nigga, yeah, I'm snitching. And we get caught, I'm snitching. That's the type of nigga. Like, you go murder somebody and you like, please help me out, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, nigga, I'll give you a ride down the street just to, get you out of here just because I know you and I got love for you or whatever the case may be. Yeah, nigga. After that, the police come to my house. Yep, that nigga did it. He had blood all over him, blah, 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 this or that. Yep. I'm snitching. That's the type of snitch I am. I'm not the type of nigga that will get in the game and do this and blah, blah, blah. They be like, yo, hey, point him out. I don't know who you're talking about. It's just me. I'm not that type of, I'm not that bullshit ass rat snitch. I'm the type of, that when I say snitch, it's the type of nigga that type of shit. So you bring that type of energy to my step, sure. And that's how I move. I done been in the game too long. Like, you know what I mean? I just fuck with way too many niggas and different things like that. And a lot of people say they'd rather cheat than snitch. Wait till you facing 45 years. 45 years. You gonna throw 45 years of your life away? Half of your life away? Half of your life. It's different when you sitting in front of them and you facing those charges and none of them niggas is around you. It's real different.
Right. You're right.
It's real
different.
So
rap stars Lil Wayne and Kodak Black were on the list of more than 140 people who were granted pardons and or had their sentence commuted by outgoing U.S. President Donald Trump on his last full day in the job. So, quote, Lil Wayne trustworthy and generous.
Hey, did you hear that part? I was just about to get on that. Did you hear that part? Read it again.
Right here.
Yeah, Lil Wayne. What?
Trustworthy and generous.
That's my nigga. Hey, I was just about to say that nigga paid him a lot of money and endorsed his campaign. My nigga, he endorsed something.
Whatever he did, he got the pardon.
In his bank account. That's what he did.
Hey, check this out. He pleaded guilty to a federal weapons charge last year.
But it don't matter. The president has a right, the power to pardon you. He has that power to do that. So, nigga, if you like, hey, President Trump,
so that black supported unprivileged kids.
Drop you 10 mil. Hey, yo, can we get that? Can we get that PR Don? You know what I mean? You mean what? Hey. President Trump, I can hear President Trump now. You mean that champagne? No, that PR Don. Hey, can we get that PR Don? I drop in your account.
Kodak Black supported unprivileged children.
I'm sure he did.
It's just it's just what they say. It's just so funny behind it.
I'm
sure. The 23-year-old, real name Bill K. Capri, had a United States number one album in 2018. He was sentenced to almost 4 years in jail in 2019 for making a false statement to buy firearms. Of course, they go through a whole paragraph of things, but your boy was granted a pardonship. So
that's great.
It's just to kind of like.
That's how just to kind of kept. It was quiet as kept.
No, it wasn't. It was definitely out there, but a lot of people made an uproar about that. You remember? Wait. You remember when Ice Cube was doing the That's when that whole thing came out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was around that same time, literally in the same time.
The whole black movement thing and his whole website and whatever that case may be, the Black Constitution or something like that or whatever. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know shit. I was home from this time to this time, and my family will back me up. Didn't know what. Oh, as you saying, that's what you would say. Yeah, see, they have a way of tracking you and filtering out that bullshit. You, I'm just not dumb. Like, you know what I mean? If I have an airtight, and I may lie once, but after that, if they catch me in a lie or they be like, "Oh, this shit don't sound right," or I'm just gonna come out with it. They're gonna find it out there anyway, straight up. Yeah, cell phone trackers, all that shit. I mean, good, especially if you ain't got your Google turned off. Google tracks every move you make. Did you know that? Google tracks every fucking move you make. From the store to the store to the grocery store. Guess what?
Do you know what I heard about?
It still does.
Do you know what I saw? Do you know what I saw about iPhones too? That if you go into the iPhone settings and to the about, and they'll tell you that they tested this away from the body. Like the phone has that much high radiation in it that it was tested away from the body. And I was tripping off that, like, wow. But yeah, people have to understand their shit. Like they have to know what they're getting into, and they have to look into the shit that they're grabbing or have held it to their phones or even your Androids. Like understanding that you are being tracked by Google unless you turn the tracking off. Right? It's a setting inside the Google Maps that you could turn off, literally. And so I saw that just watching local news. So a lot of people, I understand news is not everything people like to watch, but honestly, they be telling you some factual stuff if y'all actually just take some time out.
Like a week late though, bro. You gotta go actually search see me and you, we're active in like social media and like surfing the web and stuff like that. But when it comes down to it, the news is like 3 days to 5 days late on information that I've already got. I'll be like, y'all motherfuckers, I learned this shit 5 days ago. That's crazy. Y'all just now reporting it now. That's crazy. Y'all just now reporting it now. And that's because they have, you know what? You know why? Because they have to check the source. When social media, Facebook, Twitter, and all that, it could be straight wrong information. And you can just go fact check to yourself right there. They go check the source, make sure the source is correct. Okay, this source, and then they put the information out. So, once it's verified. But that's why the news, it's a good source of information. My therapist tried to tell me, like, you need to start watching the news so much. I'm like, no, fuck that. Like, I get why you're saying I need to start watching the news, but he's like, anything you're going to do, you're going to find out tomorrow. No, you don't understand the type of guy I am. I found this shit out 4 or 5 days ago. You know what I mean? You think I'm going to have my phone on me when I'm doing the legal shit? Sometimes you don't know when you're about to see. You're not from the hood. I was about to call you Michigan.
Yeah.
You're not from the hood, Michigan. I was about to say that. Don't get me wrong, UK. Don't get me wrong. I get what you're saying. That's called pre-planned or pre-plotted. Sure, I get that. But nigga, you haven't been in the situations where niggas be like, yo, come on. And you be like, yo, where we going? Just come on. You know what I mean? You be like, all right, my nigga, because you like, that's your nigga. All right, cool. All right, and then like, nigga, before you know it, this nigga's got a fucking gun to somebody's fucking face. What you gonna do then? Yo, now on your fucking phone, you didn't think about none of that shit. That's how quick it happens, man. I had rest in peace, my nigga TK. I had this nigga tell me one time, I was like, man, I looked at it good. I was like, man, that hat is nice. I'm gonna go give me one of those. Just like this nigga looked at me and go, hey, you want the hat? I'm like, no, yeah, I'm gonna go give me one. Nah, nigga, do you want the hat? I said, dog, I'm gonna go give me one. Nah, I'll be right back. Nigga went to the dude. I don't know what the fuck he told him. Oh, I said, hey, yeah, TK, let's go. This nigga's like, hey, nigga, hold on. They took off the hat, gave him the hat. He came back to me like, yo, here you go. I was like, nigga, what the fuck type of niggas is out there?
Yeah. People, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Hit that like button as y'all rolling in, man. Hit that like button, man. And more you like it, comment below. Let us know you in the building. Hit the number 1 down there. Put gmt.tv in the fucking comments. So let us know that you're here. We're gonna get into our next video.
You ain't never asked yourself.
And so this is something I wanted to show you guys about the music industry. And tonight's topic is who shaking the jar? Who is shaking the jar? Tonight, people, you guys are going to see this video. It's going to tell you about the Black community, about rappers, about what the music industry literally hones on, right? They won't buy the good shit. They won't hire or sign the good guys. They would only sign the things that bring detriment to the community. If y'all didn't understand me, check this out.
You ain't never asked yourself, yes you have, why all these celebrities with all this money, they got enough money to come together and make real change in their communities. They never did it. Why? Because that ain't what that was ever for. That's not the plan of the music industry. That's not the plan of entertainment. Right? You have to entertain them, trap their soul with the musical frequencies.
Like in my lyrics, I get real lyrical, know what I'm saying? But it ain't about the lyrics no more.
So you feel like, damn, we forced to dumb it down now.
Yeah, I'm forced to I had to dumb my music down, you feel me? Because if I write, it's going to be, you know what I'm saying? Too deep for them. You don't want, nobody don't want to hear that, you feel me?
It's more than just the music now.
Man, shit, modern day slave, man, these crackers, they got us right now. They got us right now. Well, y'all gotta be talking about killing each other for us to give you some money.
Damn.
You gotta be fucking up your community to get you some money. You gotta fuck up. You gotta supply the chain gang for this money. You gotta send everybody in your hood to prison for us to be fucking with you. You gotta send your youth to prison. And that's all they doing. That's all they doing. Sending us to prison, sending these young niggas to prison. Come on, man. I know they got a contract with them somewhere. Oh, don't sign him. He talking with too much sense. He talking with too much sense. He telling them that when they don't have to hurt each other, nah, we can't fuck with him.
Oh.
Shoot him up, man. Kill a nigga that you know. Get him. He telling them what to do that's gonna keep this shit generated.
Crazy. I'm looking up something right now, and I'm gonna show you. He's fucking dead on point.
He said, UKTA said, I've been in that situation before. Once I realized I had my phone on me, I threw that shit out of the window. He's stupid. UK. Yeah, man. People.
You're the reason why motherfuckers get caught.
People, thank y'all so much for tuning in. Notice is pulling up something right now, but I'm gonna give my response to this video before we go in. I as a musician, I definitely understand, right? I have not reached certain levels because of the certain content that I was talking about, right? And unless I was talking about gunplay, doing drugs or dealing drugs or slapping the shit out of a bitch or having a bitch suck my dick and blah, right? Because I get all the shit, right? I get it. Unless I was talking about those type of things, people wouldn't really, no, they were into it, right? If I was talking about that. But if I was talking about something more detrimental, like that, that's like to my life, that was detrimental to my life, and I'm trying to inspire somebody to see themselves in it, to be better, or inspire them that they can get through it, that don't get as much pub. You know what I mean? And it's a fucked up situation that we have to actually live through, because that lets you know that the people's minds is brain to think or want a certain type of shit. So that's telling you that your fucking mind is programmed. It's programmed. Everything is frequencies. Everything is frequency. So if you're not feeling a certain frequency, it's because your vibration is not there. Like, you're not trying to listen to conscious music. You're not trying to watch a podcast that is giving you a new perspective on life. You're not trying to do that, right? Because it's not ratchet enough. It's not popping enough. It don't have everybody watching, right? It's like that's a certain frequency. So you operate in this certain type of popularity sense of frequency that's not really there. Like the popularity frequency is not there. It's really not there. Really, people, once you get like to a certain point, you will start understanding that the top is very fucking small. And as you get there, it gets fucking lonelier and lonelier and lonelier. Right? But you have tons of motherfuckers like, bro, I fuck with your music, bro. Cause you putting out that rah, 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 rah music. You know what I mean? You putting out that bitch, give me some dome music, right? But that doesn't help you, nigga. Like, how am I doing that? Putting more advice in your head or putting more finances in your pocket or putting more, like, I'm not helping you, nigga. Like, honestly, because all you gonna do is hear this music. Once you get mad, you go out and slay somebody. Like, come on, people. Hey, use your fucking brain, man. Oh, I wanted to yell at y'all right now.
All right, you ready? I found it. Fucking found it.
Man, use your brain, man.
This is shit.
Everything is frequency. If you understand the frequency that you operate in, you only get more of that frequency. And some of y'all don't understand how to manifest things in your life. So what you listen to, you're manifesting it in your life. So if you go around listening to hip hop all fucking day, you're manifesting that shit into your life. You're speaking it. You're singing it. You caught yourself washing dishes. All of a sudden, you singing a line from the song. You know what I mean? You singing that from a certain punchline.
And remember, you know what I mean? All day.
Yeah. And people don't know that this brings different things into your life. This is put here for a reason. They pump this fucking music on the radio for a fucking reason. People, listen, think about this. If you're listening to the radio and you hear the same fucking song all day, that should tell you something. Now, we know that there's millions of musicians out here. And you mean to tell me that they're only playing top 20 artists?
Yeah.
Come on, what the fuck are we doing here, people? And y'all can't understand, like, why are there more artists on the radio? Like, if there was playing more artists, Drake wouldn't even be heard right now. Because there would be tons of Drakes you'd be listening to. You get what I mean?
Yo, Biz, what's the frequency for the music industry? Do you know?
I think it's like 40, 42, 40,
you got
44 hertz.
It's 420.
Yeah.
420 to 440, you're right. Is between that realm.
Yep.
That's where they play it at.
Yep.
And a lot of people don't even fucking know that. They're like, why do they play it at their megahertz? Because that is the megahertz.
Taps into a certain frequency. Yep.
That's the mind control megahertz. That's the one. Anything below or above that, you won't listen to, and you will not. You'll listen to it, but you won't follow the directions. You won't follow the fucking directions. Crazy. So
I'll
there's
give you another one.
Hold up, before you get there. There's a crazy movie on Netflix.
417.
417.
So, yeah. 417. And before you go there, wait. Before you go there, But what I'm doing, I'm gonna show you guys the 7 frequencies that touch your chakras, right?
It's a lot more than that. But yeah,
I know. This is kind of deep. This is deep for y'all. Look, check this out. So you have your 7 chakras, right? And there's 7 frequencies to tap into these 7 chakras, right? And certain frequencies make you meditate in a certain realm. So if you stay in that frequency, you're only going to get that fucking frequency throughout your life or throughout your day. So 3, call that a solfeggio meditation, right? That literally, then you have the one that Notice was talking about, which is the 417 round 440. Those are the meditation. Another one, which is solfeggio, but it's literally a meditation frequency that you're able to tap out of, right? And it goes into your pineal gland, right? Which is, inside your shit. Yes. To open up your third eye or close your third eye.
Yeah.
Right. To open up or close your third eye. So a lot of people might not know that their frequencies that they're operating on literally gives them the certain shit that they want in life, right? So if you want more shit, what do? You vibrate at a higher frequency, right? You wake up in the morning, just high energy, right? You don't wake up with the 420 hertz, the 440 hertz. You wake up with the 870 hertz. Like, you're up there, you know what I mean? And oh, my bad. So those are the things that people have to understand. It's their hertz. You know what I mean? It's understanding where they're at in their life. But Go ahead.
I forgot what the fuck I was gonna say. My mind is winning so many goddamn different places right
Yeah,
now.
so this is something I'm very passionate about because it's music and I understand music. I've been around demonic shows, I've been around heavenly shows, I've been around mosque, Christian churches, Catholic churches, fucking Buddha churches,
I seen you
fucking
that
churches
video.
that just
I seen
opera.
you that video
Like,
when they took a video of, and I don't know if it's necessarily true or not. But somebody took a video of the ASAP Rocky tragedy concert, right? And they were
no, that was
around,
that was Travis Scott. Travis Scott. You sent me that.
yeah,
That
my
was
bad, Travis Scott.
crazy.
And you seen the little demonic thing that was circling
Yes,
around. Now I
yes,
don't know if
yes.
that's true or not because that could be very
Yes.
cold.
Hey, let me tell you. Let me tell you.
I can't
From a
believe
first
it. I
from
just
a
don't know.
first time experience, that shit is fucking true.
I'm
It's
sure
no
it is. I'm
fucking
just saying,
lie to that video.
that shit.
If
I'm
any-
looking at that shit like, hey, I had to
if
turn it off.
anybody,
Too close to home for me, but you know what I mean.
dude,
It's just
if anybody try to tell me that, oh no, bro, that shit don't be happening, I'ma say, fuck you, nigga. I was there. I remember I performed at these events, nigga, at these festivals, deep in the fucking mountains and shit, right? Like, and they would just, I mean, they would call off the four corners of the earth, right? And this little demonic little lady would walk out and she'd be singing all these like crazy prayers and shit. And all these people would sit on the ground and they're like hold each other and they do this ritual and shit. It was fucking weird, my nigga. And
no
the
one
whole time,
no one believed
oh
you.
no,
No one
nobody
believed
believe me.
No one believed.
No.
They'd be like, "Ah, man, come on, that's movie shit." And then they'd be like,
No.
until they're there, they'd be like, "Oh shit, let's go talk to him."
I'm telling you, look, it was so bad, right? It was so bad that you could tell this demon, whatever it was swarming around this place. Because check this out, there was not only so being on stage, you hear a lot of the news quick, right? If something popping off in the show, you will hear about it fast because they're trying to get the entertainers out of there first before anything crack off. Because they may have to make it to their next event, next tour date, or whatever the fucking case may be. So what they do is when you hear about the news, they're already out trying to, calm everything down. There were 17 people that literally beat up 20 people each. Now, mind you, this place is fucking like maybe 3 football fields, right? So 17 people that were tripping off of PCP, Adderall. I mean, all the drugs you can fucking think of, my nigga. It was fucking crazy. We're literally beating the shit. So the next day, I looked up on the top of the mountain and all I saw was like, I mean, to me, I could be exaggerating, but to me, they looked like Navy SEAL niggas, right? But they probably weren't, you know what I mean? But they were just like lined up on this mountain, just posted up on this mountain, bro. And I'm sitting there tripping like, oh, nigga, this is literally the next day after this whole demonic ass party, right? They got, now in this demonic party, they got people walking on stilts with fire on them. They got people singing songs to the devil, singing these like worship demonic ass songs and shit. People, the shit is real. The shit that happens at what Travis Scott had in his background was called a CERN, right?
It's also called something else, but yeah.
A portal. It's a portal.
Yeah, it's the portal gateway.
They call it a CERN. I want you guys to go look up what the fuck a CERN is. CERN. Go look it up. You will find out this CERN.
One in Switzerland. Are you talking about the one in Switzerland?
I think that's probably the only one. Really? Don't.
It's the real one.
Right. That's what I'm saying. The real one, like the one that they use.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. The one they built.
So go look up a CERN. A CERN.
20 miles long around.
Yes. A CERN is literally a portal, right? So these people always try to say that, oh, we don't know, aliens is this. Yeah, aliens may be here, but they may not be here, and all this other. No, nigga, they've been working with these niggas from fucking beginning, right? And I ain't gonna get into all of that shit because I'll go into a deep rabbit hole. Why? Because being on the road, being an entertainer, you will see shit that you would never, that the normal eye would never fucking see. All fucking day. You know why? As an entertainer, you see the world for what it really is, because the world looks at you as an entertainer. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy,
Well,
people.
I like to call the world the back office, but yeah, I mean the back office like to look at you for what it really is.
Right,
Well,
right.
it ain't that simple. UK, he said, hell no. Nah. That's when you leave and ain't gonna be a part of that horror movie.
Horror movie.
The problem is though, you don't even see it.
UK.
He's so stupid. He said, hell no. Nah.
What the fuck, bro?
You're not gonna know. You're not gonna know. You're gonna just be like, oh fuck it. And then especially if you're not the driver, if you're not the driver and you're just like there, you want you to call yourself an Uber.
Hey, I'll tell you this. I'll tell most people this. To see what I saw, to literally see what I saw, you would have to come from a spiritual background, right? My great grandmother, she was a very, very big spiritual woman. Like everything was spiritual. Like she believed in that there were people walking the earth. She believed, that there's ghosts around. Like we was very spiritual, like super spiritual. Everything was don't sweep my feet with the broom. You know what I mean? Like things like that. So I've lived in this spiritual world, So I understand. Like people may not see that when they go to these demonic concerts. But after they get in tune with the spirituality, then they start seeing the spiritual world, right? Which is a whole nother dimension. We ain't go get into all that but who's rocking this? Who's shaking the jar, people? That's the whole point of tonight.
and you know what? The motherfuckers behind the Oz screen or whatever. But with that being said, let me show you this video. I couldn't download it, but let me show you this video. And this is when they talk about the jails, they want you to put the young people in jails and all that stuff. This is what it's about. Without further ado, here I go.
I get my dad out. The judge looked at me and said, if you want to get your dad out, you have to become a judge. And so I started studying about the law. And one of the things that I read was the original 13th Amendment of the Constitution, which is now no longer in the Constitution. But the original 13th Amendment says that an attorney or a lawyer cannot hold any public office. It's illegal for attorney to work. And basically, I explained in my paperwork that everybody in the courtroom has a financial interest in this case. And that it's actually, and why is that? Because they take your bonds and all the cases, they trade them on their private stock market. And then you can actually look up the trades of those bonds using what's called a CUSIP report. It stands for the Committee of Uniform Security Identification Procedure.
Whoa, 1 second. You're saying when you go to jail, you're in jail or prison that you're traded like a stock? Is that what you just said or not?
Yes.
Yeah.
However,
I was 8 years old. I asked the judge.
However, there is something that could.
I was 8 years old. I asked the judge, how do I get my dad out of jail? The judge looked at me and said, if you want to get your dad out, you have to become a judge. And so I started studying about the law. And one of the things that I read was the original 13th Amendment of the Constitution, which is now no longer in the Constitution. But the original 13th Amendment says that an attorney or a lawyer cannot hold any public office. It's illegal for attorney to work. And basically, I explained in my paperwork that everybody in the courtroom has a financial interest in this case. And that it's actually, and why is that? Because they take the bonds and all the case and they trade them on their private stock market. And then you can actually look up the trades of those bonds.
Hold on, my bad, guys. Hold on.
So I just want to say something. Like this is something that most people may not understand, that people are shifted off as stocks and bonds. Also, I want to let you guys know there's a video that I was going to play tonight, because it's crazy that you played that, but we're going to save that topic because we're going to talk about the finances behind people and their birthrights, right? Somebody tried to chime in right now, but we're going to talk about people for their birthrights. So people, if you want, you could chime in to the conversation. We're going to put the link below. But the whole point I'm saying is that a lot of people may not understand that their rights, their life is already paid for and not even knowing. I heard this, I mean, I've seen this many a times, but I didn't want to quote unquote believe it because it was just too far fetched, right? And I'll play that video. We're gonna play that for the next episode, but let's get into our last video of the night. But like to thank you guys so much for tuning in. It's the Gas Mask Stripe TV podcast where we filter out that motherfucking bull, bitch. And gang. So check this out. Y'all make sure y'all go check out that motherfucking merch. You did.
That fucking that merch.
And
shit crazy,
gang. Yeah, it's crazy, man. We finna go to the next.
If we take 2 lions, this is what they did to us to get us to war against each other. If we take 2 lions right now and starve them, don't give them no food for like a month. Because if we let them, if lions are in their natural habitat and they eating at their natural rate in their habitat, them lions ain't gonna kill each other in the jungle. They get along, nigga. We was just 2 lions. I'm talking to the youth, all the gangs in America, G. We was just 2 lions, man. Y'all just 2 lions, you feel me? Y'all just 2 lions in the same jungle, you hear me? And our oppressors took that meat from us. They took our food from us. Feel me? Starved us, you hear me? Starved us for about a year. They put us in a little ass cage together and threw a piece of meat in there, nigga. And out of instinct, we shot at each other and killed each other, nigga. That's what happened. That's how the gang started warring all over the country, nigga. Drugs. Drugs was that meat. The 80s, the war on drugs was that meat. Nigga, go look at every gang before the 80s. They was organizations built to protect their communities. Feel me? Real talk. You can do that with a kid. You got 2 kids, try it with your kid. Don't feed 2 of your kids all day, nigga. Then take 2 of your kids and they hungry as fuck and put them in their room together and get their ass one little piece of bread, nigga. They gonna fuck each other up in that room over that piece of bread, nigga. Even our kids will do that. That's what they did to us. They caused you the gangs to war. That's why y'all warring, nigga. So, you gotta break past that and know the real ops, nigga. Fuck that lion. He killed your homies, but he only killed your homies because he was put in that position, nigga. You had guns, so he shot at your homies. Right? And then you only killed his homies because you was put in that position. They had their guns, and why y'all even got guns? Because y'all scared of each other. Why y'all even scared of each other? Because y'all both selling drugs, trying to make some extra money, and you think the other one ain't gonna let you. But why y'all even need money? Because y'all need somewhere to live. Why y'all need somewhere to live? Because they took your land. So when you start asking questions and going back, nigga, you get to the real ops real quick. And then when you do get motherfuckers like me trying to wake you up so you coming up out that shit, they get on bullshit with the motherfuckers like me. So what does that tell you? What does that tell us? It was never us. It was always them. They the ops.
Sheesh. Now I want to say something before you go in. I want to say something. Now that young man right there was fucking accurate as fuck. Fucking accurate. I only had one critique about what he said. That there's 2 things that he needs to recognize, he needs to fix. Now that is first put a shirt on and talking to the audience. No one's gonna respect you in your element of what you call it. Put a shirt on, nigga. Niggas will receive you better. Just saying. That's one thing. Here's the second thing. Not to be funny, I'm being real. But what he's saying was real. But the thing about the kids, not every kid would do that. I know that for a fact. You can take 2 kids and starve them to fucking death and put them in the fucking room. You take 4 kids and starve them to death put them in the fucking room and throw a piece of bread in there, and they will and not they
I don't
will
know.
rip each other apart.
I defer on that.
Ghetto
But
kids,
go ahead.
yeah,
Go ahead.
kids,
Go ahead.
kids from the hood that's been taught how to fight. You take just
I don't give
kids.
a fuck if it's. I don't give a fuck if. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. All right,
That's been proven study. That's been proven study before over and over again. Kids want because kids have not been corrupted to adult ideology. Once you put adult ideology on a kid and you show them like, yo, you need to fight for this and this, then they will. But a kid will buckle down and be like, and some kids, don't get me wrong, there is some kids that'll be like, oh, I'll take it. And they'll just take it because they just want it. And you have to, look at The Maze, the movie The Maze. That gives you a perfect example of why some will and some won't. And that's just in that standpoint. But as far as what he's talking about, I believe the young man, hey, absolutely. And UK, you call me old again, man, I'm gonna fly to Michigan, man. We're gonna have a talk. Oh, motherfucker. Hey, but no, I think he's on to something, and that's a lot of what I try to convey out there, and what I try to put into what is supposed to be said. The thing about it is, what he said was on point because some people will listen to that, and they will go, "Oh, nigga," and then other people will go, "Oh man, he's on to something," or other people will go, "I didn't hear anything he said." You know what I mean? So there's a lot. There's
all right.
lot.
That's why we're here. That's why we're here. We're the Fair Torah police, all right? And and the whole thing is to get a perspective, right? Get a perspective from what he's saying, right? And what I believe he's saying is that there was a reason why the meat was taken out. You get what I mean? There was a reason why these certain things were taken out, you know. And if we don't understand that and see how war is created, you know what I mean? Like, this is why war continue to make money. And why is that? Because someone has taken the resources or the meat or the livelihood of it, right? And then now issued a little bit back. And these people are doing what they can to get just as much as they can to get where they got to get to, right? That lets me know animalistic, you know, that's animalism, right? If we look at that, right? That's just instinct. That's natural instinct, which I see that in kids. I see what you're saying, but I see it in kids with a fucking toy. With a fucking toy. You take two little boys that's over the age of fucking 4, 3, right? 3 and 4. And you sit them in a room with no toys. Then you come in there an hour later with one toy.
And they'll fight.
Oh, they're going at it, bruh. Off of a toy.
What is that?
You know what I mean?
That's doctrinism. You're right.
No,
you're
but
right.
That's instinct.
We're talking about the essence of living. What I give
no, it's who shook the jar, right? It's like we see, like, in order to confuse, you get what I mean? It's like,
who shook the jar? You nigga, you had all the toys, but you put one toy in this motherfucker.
You put right. Like you came in, like at first, all these kids, like these two boys had all the toys they wanted, right? But all of a sudden, another person comes in, wants to just take and redo some shit, right? And he needs these two to not be alone, right? The more they get along, the more powerful they can get, right? The entwinedness, the longevity of that shit, right? It's deeper than just having them play and enjoy each other. It's the chemistry that they're going to build throughout these years. So what I can do is I can come and disrupt that, right? I could take out their most pride and precious joy. They love toys. These two young boys love toys, right? They got all these toys in there. You come in and use your strong arm, come take all the fucking toys out, right? And then They sitting in there like figuring out what the fuck, blah 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 blah, this, da 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 da, and then you come back a year later and give them one toy. Now they got used to dealing with each other, boom, boom, boom. But now you just came back in and disrupted that and gave them one toy. Now what you think is going? Them niggas gonna fight each other. Then you put in two toys. The nigga who got the one toy is gonna want that other toy. And then he's three toys. The one that got the two toys is gonna want the three toy. Like you get what I mean? Now it becomes a survival to the finish. So I can understand what he's saying. It's like we have to notice the ones or the people or the high whatever they like to say, the powers that be or whatever, but we have to notice who's shaking the jar
before it gets to that point. You're absolutely right.
Before it gets to that point, you get what I mean? That was the in like people. Me and Notice talked. I'm gonna go off the subject, but you know what I mean. Me and Notice was talking about the show Gas Mask Tribe, and this kind of goes along with the topic, but what it was having videos of finding topics that we can give different perspective. Well, give you guys a perspective off of from that one topic, right? So, like tonight was who's shaking the jar, right? And if you notice the videos that we were playing tonight, the videos were showing this diversity. You know what I mean? This, I'm not saying the word right. This diversion, right? This and that, or you can't do this without doing that type of shit, right? But it's always somebody shaking the jar, right? It's somebody that's shaking this thing up, that's keeping it not wanting to just flow. Why? Because they make money off of the chaos. Damn, that's fucked up. Damn. Because if there's no chaos, then there's no money made for them. Why? Because they're not creators. They can't create something. Oh, fuck. Now I'm going in too much. All right, so check this out. You know what I mean? Like, if people can understand literally what I just said, you know what I mean? Like, if you're not a creator, then how can you make profit, right? And if you use your knowledge for negative reasons, I'll just put it in that form, to manipulate, discard, and humiliate certain entity of people or certain cause, and you know what I mean? Like, you're going to receive the biggest outcome because you understand what's both sides, right? You understand this side needs something, that side needs something, right? So you understand this diversity that needs to happen, but you keep coming in to bring in confusion. So you would come in, give them a little resources, and then take it back, and then give them a little bit more, but only give it to that crowd. So that now this crowd is like, what the fuck? Instead of coming at you, they're going to come at them, because they're like, it's like how people come at like the cheating, relationship shit, right? The girl would generally go at the other girl and beat her ass, right? Instead of just going at the nigga, right? Who shook the fucking jar? And that's how simpler like it is. Like, if y'all want to understand what we're trying to say tonight, it's that simple. You got a man who's dating a woman.
It doesn't matter who we are.
Check this out.
This is what
so you guys can understand. If you have a woman,
did you hear that?
Did
you hear that?
What? Play it again.
Who are you? It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
Hey, you got it. And that's like that's the whole thing, was to like, so you guys understand tonight. It was literally simplifying it so you guys can see it in this form. I just want to simplify it. We were going deep into the matter, but if you take a man who's dating a woman and he cheats on her with another woman, right? Generalizing it, everybody can understand that, right? And if you take those, and if you see the woman that's dating the man already, she gets upset, and who she goes at? The female, right? And that's where that boom, 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 right? Instead of them checking him, right? Because he shook the jar. And that's what we have to understand is who's shaking the jar,
and
right?
It's the same from the nigga standpoint, ain't it? It's the same way.
Yeah.
Nigga be like, instead of the nigga go, well, I don't know. I think the nigga go after the nigga first. Yeah, no, that's the same way. Nigga go after the nigga instead of checking the girl like, bitch,
Yeah, yeah, bro. There's stories all day. Like there's stories all day with dudes
Real niggas
coming
be like,
in.
"All right, my nigga, get the fuck up out of here. Don't be in my house, but bitch, you got me fucked up." You know what I
Yeah,
mean? So that's real shit.
most.
You know what I mean?
So I'm, you're right. You're right. People, the lines are open. People, the lines are open. You can comment. Damn, you got some water right there. But y'all can call into the show, video in. Just make sure you have some good lighting so we can see your face. And yeah,
I still think this is a cold ass fucking line though. You know what I mean? I'm just saying. I'm just
Doesn't matter who we are.
Who are you?
It doesn't matter who we are. What matters is our plan.
what matters is I planned. It doesn't matter who we are. You know?
And that's how they look at us. That's how they look at us. They look at us like, well, we need to have the same. It doesn't matter who we are. And this is the thing that, and I'll talk to you off here more about it, but like what I've learned about war is the strongest people are, and this is why they're doing it now. The supremacy and all that stuff, the militia, because they're the ones that's going to win it. Because you can bring your tanks, you can bring this, you can do that. The people that knows the road, the swamps, this, that, the ins and outs, you know the land. It doesn't even fucking matter. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Motherfuckers can just blow up everything in his pocket. You know what I mean? But at the end of the day, this is the greatest thing about America. Come down to it. Come down to it. Niggas is not going to blow up their family or where they know their neighbor is. They're not going to do that. They're not going to be like, you know what? I know a bunch of people in Texas. All right. And then they're going to be like, we're going to blow up Texas. We're sending missiles to America. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? No. You know what I mean? They would literally have to lie to do in order. But that's just my thing. I just know what I know. I'm telling you right now. Shit is it. You are so correct when you talk about the cause and effect of it.
Right.
You know, when it comes down to everybody just the push and pull. The push and pull. Like what are you gonna be faced with? That's to me is look it,
well, most people, well, bro, understand. Well, I understand this. Most people can't see themselves because they're in the fucking way, right? Because they got themselves in right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So they can't see what the problem is, right? You have to. That's the first sign of knowledge, right? Just understanding that you're not the smartest one, and backing up and being willing and open to learn from others, right? I don't think one man has all the words, right? I don't think one man has all the answers. Shit, if one man had all the answers, that would be pretty fucking bad. You know what I mean? Because he can maneuver and like. So I'm just saying, it's just really good when people open up and able to understand others.
Hey, what percentage of people do you think is woke in America?
Oh man, damn. I would say
I googled it. I'm like, really?
I would say about 20%.
I thought it was gonna be up there too. They're talking about 6% or 1/3.
Really? See?
At most.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
That tells you how many sheep are out there. That's and you have to. And if for two woke individuals is not to know that information,
Well, will that represent the 1%ers?
I don't know.
Like, you know what I mean?
Because
like, what do they say is woke?
Let's say that it did, right? Let's say that it did. What's going on back in the background? Like, you can't talk.
What? No, I thought I was talking loud.
No, y'all
they recording in the studio. Yeah, they recording in the studio. Yeah.
Oh, okay. My bad. What's this? No one of you was so loaded. I'm like, nigga, why are you talking so loud? What's to say that that it's not, let's say hypothetically speaking, 6%, right, is the 1% that is woke, right? Let's say the 1%, and they're the ones controlling it. Because it wouldn't make sense for the 1% that is woke to be controlling the sheep, right?
Right.
Or half of the 1%, or at least half of it, like 0.5. You know what I mean? Let's say 0.0.5, right? Or 0.05, right? To half of the 1% to be controlling it, right? Okay, so now you have half of 1% of rich people controlling the rest of fucking what, 96 people? No, excuse me, 94 people, 93% of the world.
Well, I mean, it's like, would you want it?
Insanity to think about. Think about
you can't you can't hate on the game. You know what I mean? That's just the way the game is like played in a sense.
I put of America. I didn't put of the world. So I put that's 6% of the world of America. So that means 6% of America. So it's not even the full percentage of who's woke, rich in the world. So let me Google of the world. Let's see.
I'm pretty sure that's a low number. That's probably a low word number.
Well, 6% of America is
a low number. That's pretty low. No, that's pretty fucking low. It's not even past 10%. But people, thank y'all so much for tuning in, man. We really appreciate y'all. I want to get to this comment right quick when UKTA says, even if someone had all the answers, doesn't mean everyone will listen to him or trust him. But see, that's I'm not. You're right. You're right, UK. But what you have to look at, not understand, because I'm not trying to force you to, but what you have to look at is that if the man did have all the answers and no one would trust him or even believe him in a sense, right? He's able to show through examples. So that's how people should weave out the bullshit, right? See, Dr. Sebi showed through examples. You get what I mean? Dr. Sebi showed through examples. Different people show through their examples on why you should, like, I show through my examples of, like, when you see my entertainment shows, like, oh yeah, I will go see him live. He's a good drummer. He's a good performer. He know how to entertain the crowd. Like, these things show you why. So, you know what I mean? You're right, though. But I believe more people would believe if they see examples.
And now, if you put
shows by actions.
It does not. It's very vague. Very fucking vague.
Yeah.
About who's in college, all that shit.
But I would say this. I would say this, that people in other countries are a little bit more higher thinking than people in America. Yes, you're right.
I wouldn't say higher.
No, check. No, it's not. I think Americans are really hyped up on their ass, bro. Americans are really hyped up on their ass. Like no,
right.
they like we.
Right. I'm agreeing with you, but I don't higher thinking. I don't agree with that.
Right, like
they follow,
and I'm just adding.
Everybody follows everything America does. Everybody follows everything. Majority of them does. Majority, not everybody. Majority of everybody follows everything America does. Hip hop, culture, food, restaurant, this and that. They follow the tradition of what we do here. TV, flashiness, all this shit, and then they carry it back to theirs, and then they mimic it. So I can't. The higher thinking, I can't believe that. But as far as like political or something like that, traditions, sure. But the shit that matters, absolutely. Tradition, for sure.
Yeah, yeah, like they're more. Yeah, they're
culture,
more
tradition.
Yeah,
family.
They're more
like the shit that matters. Man.
Like, think about it, bro. There's like America is the most obese country out of all. We're the highest obese country, bro. What is that telling you? That's telling you laziness. That's telling you docile thinking. That's
It's
telling you,
spoiled.
you know what I mean? Like, yeah, every day. Oh, spoiled as fuck. You're right. Spoiled as shit. You know what I mean?
A rich
So,
country. You just wait till you get Saudi Arabia. Give them enough time. Reason why they not like that is because the mother they sweating all the
nah,
goddamn
nah,
time.
nah.
It's hot over here. They sweating off that fat.
But it's still like that. So that's why that's why I love this conversation.
Let's talk about it. For real though. For real. We are a rich country. We're not rich in like
We
minerals. We are spoiled. And what happens with a spoiled kid? They eat whatever they want. They do whatever. They say whatever they act however they want, right? And everybody else is being getting their ass whooped, put in the corner, beaten, traumatized, raped, this and that, killed, all this shit. So yeah, starved. So yeah, they're gonna have a little bit more humility about themselves. We are the new Romans. We are the new Romans. Regardless of what anybody say. It's not even just, everybody think it's America on this thing. Look, fuck that. It's not just America. Guess who's with us? Guess who's sitting in the fucking same seat as us? Go ahead.
Who?
Fucking Europe. Britain. Same fucking
no, you're right.
guy.
Right.
They
no,
sitting
you're right. You're right. But I'm still stuck on the fact that most Americans, like you even read the statistic that is only 6% of motherfuckers that's woke, you know what I mean? That lets you know that
that's
like
crazy.
when like someone was saying when they go to other countries, they're not listening to the radio's music. They're listening to the news. Right? And it was a famous celebrity that said it. And he said he would go every day he was in Europe. There were like all the taxis, everywhere he went, it was the radio. Everybody was listening to what was going on in the country or what was the current event. And it shows you that in America, our biggest radio companies are being played with music, right? The news stations in America aren't like the biggest stations on the radio. In LA, let's just say in LA, we got Power 106, we got Kiss FM, we got KGLH, we got K Rock, we got Stars, we got 93.6, which is the Latino station. We have the mariachi station out here, and then we have a substation. Well, they're not really a substation, but they're 88.1, which is a jazz station. So as you can see, I listen to the radio a lot. I know damn near all the fucking stations we have. So people, we have to look at all the essence of what we're listening to, what we're vibing into. We have to see if our fucking intel is being harassed. Like, are you thinking better, motherfucker? Like, if you don't pick up a fucking book or read something throughout the week, it's like you're not enhancing your thinking. Your brain needs to work. It wants to fucking learn. It wants to work. And you're not doing your brain service by just letting it do what the same thing it does every fucking day. Your brain has to learn something new every day. So spend the fucking time on your odd time and do that. Gasmask Tribe TV podcast where we filter out that bull. People, this is an awesome podcast. Really thank you guys for tuning in. Really appreciate this. And I might be a little, it seems like my internet is a little going down, but thank you guys so much. Really appreciate you guys. Notice going to get back in here. We're going to have the last words with him. But you already know I got to play some music. Hey, man, this is the newest record that's on Spotify right now that has over 100,000 plays. Gang, gang, gang. I like this record. Dirty Hobbit.
You so fine, like more than than wine. You kill him off like, hey, you can see her thighs, her money right with the 45. Yeah, you could be my woman, my forever beauty queen. Forget your friend, shout it, we gon' travel 7 seas. I fuck her crazy when the morning, she don't complain. We keep the love burning, trigger finger to your face. She go wave a automatic, hanging out the sunroof. This is what you call $1 million to the head, yeah. And if they want, then we can let them see 100 drums. This is like forever love, running with a forever love, forever love, forever love, running with a blind. This is like forever love. You so fine, like more than wine. Kill it more, like you can see her eyes. She's more than high. Her truth won't lie, yeah. And she gon' ride all through the night. I told her twice that you could be my woman, my forever beauty queen. Forget your friends, shout it, we gon' travel 7 seas. I love her crazy when the morning, she don't complain. We keep the love burning, trigger finger to their face. She go wave a automatic, hanging out the sunroof. This is what you call $1 million to the head, yeah. And if they want the week, to let them see 100 drums, yeah. This is like forever love, running with a gun. Forever love, forever love, forever love, running with a gun. This is like forever love. You so fine, like more than wine. Kill it more, yeah. Forever love, forever love, forever love, running with a gun. This is like forever love. You so fine, like more than wine. Kill it more, like.
You are muted, bro. You muted.
Let's do this again. Thank you, everybody, for tuning in to the Gas Mask Try TV podcast, where we filter out that BS. You know what I'm saying? It was a great show tonight, man. When we talk about who is shaking the jar. I'm gonna tell you like this: there's a lot of people shaking the jar. There's people around you shaking the jar, and I like to say, and I think, rest R.I.P. Aaliyah said, "Rock the boat." Who's rocking the boat? You know what I mean? Or there's a saying out there that says, "Who's rocking the boat?" You know what I mean? When it don't need to be. And that could be a lot of different people in your life, or people, or the government. There are those things, and there are all those things, and there's entities around you. You have to be vigilant about who is around you and what is really going on when it comes to being successful. I think, and I believe strongly, and I've said this before, if y'all want to be a kingdom, if y'all want to be a strong tribe, if y'all want to be a strong community, whether it's brown, white, black, and all this, I think white people got it locked down, but what brown and black, yo, we have to start teaching our princes and our princesses how to be kings and queens. There is no way to pick up and be better if we don't teach each other how to be a king and a queen. Everybody want to be a boss, but there ain't enough fucking Indians around to even learn how to be a fucking boss. With that being said, man, take care, brush your hair, wash your hands, and say your prayers, because Jesus and germs, and now monkeypox is everywhere. Church.
1, 2, 3, showtime. So she's not a lesbian, or she is a lesbian?
No, she is a lesbian.
Okay. Well,
She
great
not
way to start. If your church is got a cash app, there it is.
There it is.
1, 2, 3, showtime. Or have a choice, and your mindset is part luck.
Really? Everybody ain't got Canada rules, man.